Our international growth strategy, similar to that of South Africa, is to pursue an enhanced distribution network, customer acquisition, and introduce as many new products and services as we can. In India, we have been transitioning our platform to move away from just being purely an airtime distributor to be a financial services provider. We have tied up agreements with the likes of Visa and various banks, like the State Bank of India and ICICI Bank. Recently, we, in the middle of last year, also did an agreement with the National Payments Corporation, which allows Oxygen India is the only non-bank company allowed to integrate into 60 banks. What we've been focusing on is a remittance platform. Well, the remittance market in India is about a $90 billion market, $20 billion on domestic remittances and about $70 billion on international remittances. We already do about just under $2.5 million a day, targeting $5 million a day in the not too distant future. What we've also seen is that our revenue and our margins from remittances have now surpassed those from telephony. So as long as we can continue building off that, finding additional products and services to add to that distribution network, while also looking for new sites to roll out our points of presence. In Mexico, we've already surpassed 90,000 points of sale and recently concluded a deal with Banamex and Visa to convert our devices into merchant acquiring devices to allow us to do both debit and credit card transactions. We're also looking at becoming a multi-carrier vendor of airtime and introduce other products like bill pay and electricity and so forth. We've also recently concluded an agreement to do food coupon distributions. As far as our mobile segment goes, we have a location-based service provider called Cellfound, which is our WASP and SMS aggregator. We already do close to 200 million SMSs a month. What we have seen is that 98% of the SMSs are delivered, and most SMSs are answered within 3 minutes of them being delivered. Where SMSs still prevail is that the sender pays all, and even if a consumer doesn't have data, he can still receive an SMS. Versus instant messaging, one would require data for anything to work. We've also enhanced our location-based services program to look at more fraud detection and personal safety. So, for example, in banks can now determine if you are in, say, for example, in Santon, and someone's trying to process your credit card in Delmos, we can alert the fraud department and they can investigate whether something strange is happening with your card. As far as our data company, we have built a very credible database. We have 55 million contact details on it. We provide 12 contact call centers with lead generation and contact updates. We also provide credit bureaus with 20 million credits or updates to their data. What we are focusing on is also on our fraud intelligence detection system called FIDS. Because data is becoming huge and immense, one has to sift through this data to find patterns and problems that can result in fraud. And what our intention is preemptive detection rather than proactive detection. All in all, we've been focusing on our distribution network, growing it and introducing more and more products, and the future for us is one that we can leverage off this well-established distribution network we have created.